they like. Anyway, I was working with this African guy the other day, and I said, "Oh, where are you from?" I said, "You're from Nigeria." He said, "No." I said, "You're from Ghana?" Because a lot of people from Ghana where I work. And he said, "No." I said, "You're from Zimbabwe?" And he said, "No." I said, "Where are you from?" This guy put my hand in my pocket. I found my wallet again. I said, "You're from Angola, aren't you?" No, I said, she's a lovely woman. She really is. In case she ever watches this video. Anyway, I've got a really nasty confession to make. It's something I'm really deeply ashamed of, to be honest with you, because I actually voted for Boris Johnson.
No.
What the hell was I thinking? I mean, he looks like
so well.
It seems like a good idea at the time. He looks like a cross between Sideshow Bob off The Simpsons and like the abominable snowman, doesn't he? I reckon the way he did his hair every morning, he put his finger in an electric socket, you know what I mean? He seemed like the worst Prime Minister we ever had if it wasn't for Tony Blair. I mean, that guy reminded me of the Joker off the Batman. You know, he had a permanent grin on his face. If you go into a shop and somebody's got a grin on their face, it's because they got the hand in the till and the shop goes out of business. And that's what happened to us, really, isn't it? I didn't say it. Anyway, he only got the job really because no one really liked Margaret Becker there. I think she was a woman, which was a bit of a nasty thing for the Labour Party. And also she was a bit ugly, but you know what, I'd rather have an ugly woman as Prime Minister than something that looked as though they've been gestating inside as a lizard for 9 months like Tony Blair was. I mean, who the hell ever voted for him? He must have gone up to Dudley to Reptile House to get their votes, you know? Anyway, I think things have got worse, if anything, because we've got Keir Starmer now. You know, Keir Starmer went to hospital the other day and they gave him an X-ray. And they were shocked. Because instead of like the normal organs, you know, the lungs and the liver and the heart, they just thought he was full of shit. Yeah, but the leader of the opposition, is Kemi Badenoch. You know Kemi Badenoch? Yeah. You know Kemi Badenoch. She's the leader of the opposition now. Anyway, I find her quite attractive actually. She's quite cute, I think. But when she starts talking, my willy goes straight down. It went back up. She was talking to Keir Starmer in Parliament today, and she said that he has got a black hole in the country's finances. No, sorry, Kemi. The only one with the black hole is you, sweetheart. I'm sorry. No, I like him. Really. As for Nigel Farage, I don't find him attractive at all. I mean,
no.
In Wales, of course, they got Plaid Cymru. Now, I don't know much about their policies, apart from the one that they're going to make it legal to marry sheep. But, I mean, at least we're better than America. I mean, America, they had, what was his name? Oh, yeah, Biden. Now, you know what happened with Biden? There was this nursing home where this guy had vanished for 4 years, this Alzheimer's guy, and then he'd come back with a story that he'd been president for 4 years, and nobody believed him, but that was Biden apparently. But we replaced him with Trump. Trump is much better. Of course, he's a genius. Trump was left a fortune in New York real estate by his father and went bankrupt. I mean, what a genius. My wife could have done that. My wife could have done that. Oh dear. Anyway, well, what about the royal family? Prince, he's already talked about His Majesty the King. I'll talk about Prince William. I mean, what the hell is Prince William doing with his hair? He of the never-ending forehead. I mean, he wants to get that sorted out. What he wants to do is phone up Wayne Rooney. You know, Wayne Rooney had his hair done. Go to the same clinic that Wayne Rooney went to. Or, I would fly with Prince William to Turkey. That's where everyone goes, Turkey these days. And he should get something done there. I mean, I'm sure President Erdogan, because it's a NATO ally, isn't it, would meet him at the airport with his needlework box and thread something into that head of his, you know? Actually, I could tell that joke. Anyway, every Sunday I go with my grandson and we walk around Edgbaston Reservoir, which means we get a bit wet because it's rectangular. Some people get 10% of people get that joke. Anyway, I should thank our gracious host Dave for this, but I did actually go to the Hollybush once. That was a comedy night there. I live in Craigley Heath now, and the Hollybush is about 10-minute walk from my house. You know what? I would rather go to Timbuktu and tell jokes, or cross the Antarctic. It was, you know, like at the end of Star Trek, there's an alien guy, like, you know, like that. At the end of the end credits, everybody in the audience looked like that. It was, I mean, it was like one night at the Hollybush telling jokes is like 6 years in Vietnam. It really was. It was shocking. They got a picture in the Hollywood. I'm not actually making it up. They got a picture of Shakin' Stevens. I bet he never shook before he did a gig there. You know what I mean? He can't stop shaking after. That's true. Anyway. Well, I've got my youngest daughter with me today. My oldest daughter wanted me to lend her some money, you know. So I lent her 60 quid. And she lost her wallet, you know. And I said, look, I'll lend you another 60 quid. She was ever so upset about it. I said, look, the only important thing is that I love you. No wonder my kids hate me, you know. What a cheesy line that is. I could have thought of something better than that, couldn't I, really? Anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. You know, when I used to wear the wedding ring, you know, but I'm still married, but I don't wear it anymore because my wife and I are long separated. But a ring, really, I mean, if you think Saturn has 7 rings, and no one's ever written a love song or anything about it, the moon is as barren and desolate as Darlaston, and there's loads of songs about it, isn't it? So a ring's not really very good unless